We've all wished for something in our lives. For some people, it could be running for president. For others, it could be winning the lottery. And heaven forbid, some people might actually want to marry Justin Bieber. But what if I told you there's a surefire way of getting anything you wanted? Well, Stevie and Rebecca are lucky enough to stumble across this opportunity in Anything You Want by David Lubar. If I'd found a bottle, I'd be sitting on a mountain of chocolate right now. I'd be counting my $1 billion right now. That's right, I'd be counting my $1 billion, eating my chocolate, and flying around the world with the aid of my superpowers. But Stevie found the bottle. Not only that, he found it while I was with him, so I got to watch him make all his stupid wishes, which was even worse. Stevie's 3, which is part of the problem. Mom stuck me with him for the afternoon. We went to the park and took a walk through the Sherman Woods. A big windstorm hit in town last night, knocking over things like trees, phone poles, and small cars. "Look!" Stevie shouted as we were walking through the woods. He reached down into the roots. "Look, Sissy, look!" He calls me that because I'm his sister, and he has a really hard time saying Rebecca. "Careful," I warned him. I could just see him getting his finger chomped by a gopher or a muskrat or whatever lived under the ground. "Pretty," Stevie said, holding something up. That's basically how he talks. 1 word at a time, sometimes 2 or 3 words. But I wasn't focusing on language. I was looking at what Stevie had found. "Wow, let me see," I said, holding out my hand. Stevie shook his head. "Mine!" "Come on, just let me see." Stevie shook his head. "Bottle, mine!" That's when the bottle glowed so brightly, the metal seemed like glass. Then the cork popped open, and a burst of steam shot up. The steam turned into a genie. I knew he was a genie because he looked at Stevie and said, "I grant thee 3 wishes." "Wishes?" "Careful, Stevie, let me tell you what to ask for." I knew a kid his age would get the wrong things. Not me. I could make perfect wishes. "Silence," the genie said, glaring at me. I wasn't gonna argue. He had the same look Mom and Dad did before they stopped trying to reason with me and sent me up to my room. "Make your wishes, mortal. You may have anything your heart desires." Wouldn't you know it, when you can have anything in the world, what does Stevie do? My brilliant younger brother opens his mouth and asks for his favorite food. "Peas! More peas!" Yuck! This was disgusting. He loved the peas that come in a can, the soft, squishy ones that were the color of old paint. Mom made them from almost every night. I wondered how many peas the genie would give him. I could just see him buried in tons of peas while the genie laughed. But apparently this wasn't that kind of genie. I figured that out right away. I also figured out I can understand Stevie a lot better than most people, or genies. "A noble wish. You have asked for peace, and I shall grant you peace. The world shall see peace for 100 years, no wars." He closed his eyes and opened them and said, "It is done." "Peace?" Stevie said, looking around. I could tell he was disappointed. "Your next wish?" "Liver! Liver!" I groaned. He was wishing Mom would never make liver again. What a waste! All he had to do was feed it to the dog, like I did. But apparently he didn't speak very clearly this time. "Very well, you shall live forever." He closed his eyes and opened them and said, "It is done." I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to say something. "Careful, Stevie, this is your last wish. Don't waste it." The genie glared at me. Sorry. I tried to guess what Stevie would wish for next. It could be anything, and there was no say in what the genie would think Stevie had said. Before Stevie could open his mouth, I tried to get his attention, making sure the genie didn't see. He smiled at me. I smiled back. I think he got it. "Sissy wish, sissy wish." Phew. Good job, Stevie. I figured 1 out of 3 wishes wasn't that great, but it was better than nothing. The genie glared at him, like he hadn't heard what he said again. "Very well, I shall make your sister a fish." He closed his eyes. "Wait!" I shouted. Too late.